Hey there, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate a role play using the 5 important points I used to get an A on the OET Speaking, which I shared with you on my previous video. This card is from the free sample tests available on the OET website, and it is a pediatric case. In the first 3 minutes I'm given to read my card, I'm first going to highlight anything important in the first paragraph using my pencil. I mentioned in my previous video that there might be important clues I could use during patient interaction which might be scored. After reading the first paragraph here, I know that the patient or the parent is anxious and the conversation is starting in the middle, so I must plan my introduction accordingly. You can go ahead and pause the video to read the first paragraph. Next, I'm going to read the task and highlight all the verbs. Here, it is finding out the patient's concern, explaining viral gastroenteritis, giving information to the patient about how it's spread, and then there are verbs like resist, convince, advise the patient. So these words, when I see words like resist and convince, I should anticipate that the parent might argue with me, and in response, I should be polite, non-judgmental, and empathetic. Remember, the parent is anxious and his child has been in pain and vomiting for 36 hours. Now I will underline points I'm going to use in my conversation so that I don't have to search for them. This helps me minimize interruptions or being hesitant during conversation. I made sure I had time to write the introduction. I would advise you to do the same. Doing this will give you a smooth start, which will give you confidence. For example, here I'm writing, "You seem anxious. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. Could you please tell me your concerns?" So this is how I'm going to start. If there's more time, you could also write how you're going to end the conversation. For example, here I've written about the brochure. If the patient surprises me with any questions, I'm just going to tell him about the brochure. And then I'm writing, reach me at so and so number, and then I'm writing that I have to tell my name because I did not get a chance to introduce myself given this particular scenario. Then I'm going to end it with, hope I was of assistance to you today. If time permits, you could also write important pointers to yourself, such as answer the patient's questions. The patient could ask questions which are not on our card but are on his. It's pertinent we answer them. I'm going to give an example of that further in this video. Another important pointer is active listening. I would often forget to do that because I would just nod my head or use hand gestures. But here, only our audio is being recorded, so we must remember to demonstrate the sounds of active listening. This includes saying words like yes, I see, while minimizing interruptions when the patient is talking. Here is the role play. Please note, although I have typed Mr. Smith, in the role play there is a Mrs. Smith. Let's begin. Mrs. Smith, you seem anxious after hearing about your son Andrew's discharge. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. Could you tell me your concerns?
Yes, I am worried about Andrew. I'm not really sure about his condition. I'm afraid I don't understand what viral gastroenteritis is. I want to know how he got this and if it's infectious.
Okay, Mrs. Smith, from what you've told me, you're concerned about Andrew's condition and would like to understand and know more about gastroenteritis and how Andrew got it. Is there something else?
That's all for now.
All right, then. I'm going to address all your concerns, explain about viral gastroenteritis and its spread. We will then discuss what you can do for Andrew and when to seek medical advice. Does that sound good to you?
Okay.
Firstly, viral gastroenteritis is an irritation of the stomach or intestines due to viral infection. It is infectious and spreads when a person comes in contact with vomit or feces of an infected person. For example, shaking hands, consuming contaminated foods, or coming in contact with infected objects. There is a possibility that Andrew could have been exposed to one of these. Could you tell me if you have a better understanding now?
Yes, I have understood what you just told me.
That's good. Secondly, I would like to talk to you about what you should do at home to take care of Andrew. How does that make you feel?
Andrew looks very weak, and I really think he needs to be kept in the hospital. This is the best place for him.
Mrs. Smith, it's good that you've mentioned your feelings so that we can discuss them. I can imagine what you must be going through. The frequency and duration of Andrew's symptoms before being brought to the hospital must have been worrisome. However, I have his best interest at heart. I assure you, Andrew is doing well now, and oral rehydration therapy is usually effective. Now, I'm going to tell you what you can do. I recommend keeping Andrew hydrated at home by giving him clear fluids like watered down, unsweetened fruit juice and electrolyte preparations such as gastrolite. Do you think you could do that?
I don't feel confident about being able to look after Andrew at home.
Is there something you worry might happen?
I'm worried that he would not improve at home.
I can understand you're worried. You have done so well as a parent so far, and you did the right thing by bringing Andrew to the hospital. It could sound like a lot to deal with, but I assure you that it's safe to take him home now. How about you take him home now and you could bring him back if you notice any signs of dehydration like extreme thirst, lethargy, irritability, and pale or sunken eyes.
If you say so.
I understand it must be hard for you. Thank you for willing to try. We have discussed a lot today. Just to be sure I was clear, could you summarize in your own words what you've understood?
Absolutely. Viral gastroenteritis is an irritation of the intestines and the stomach. It is infectious.
Yes.
You advised me to keep Andrew hydrated and bring him back if he develops signs of dehydration like being drowsy or irritable, feeling extremely thirsty, or having sunken eyes.
That's excellent. Remember to give him only clear fluids. I'm sure you'll do well. Is there something else you would like to know?
No, you seem to have covered everything.
Very well then. You can reach me at my office if you have any questions. As a reminder, my name is Jane Doe. I hope I have been of assistance to you today. Take care. The end of this role play. If you've noticed, I mentioned my name at the end as I did not get a chance to do it in the beginning. There was no need to do it on my exam, so please check from your sources if it is appropriate to do so in the end given such a scenario. I have put a picture of how OET Speaking is scored so that you can verify the codes I mentioned on the screen. This pic is taken from the OET website. I hope this video was helpful to you. Wishing you all the very best in your preparation. Thank you.